Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite and welcome back to Pokemon Sword. It is time to begin another video with another cutscene because that's how we do it in modern Pokemon apparently. There's the professor. Alright, so have you unraveled all the secrets of the Dynamax phenomenon? That's like my least favorite word in the English language because I can never say it on the first try. Phenomenon yet. Oh goodness no, the whole thing is still full of questions. I've hoped that my granddaughter would take over my research, but... Hang on, give me like 2 seconds to listen to the music. Man, you are so different from what I'm used to seeing from Pokemon professors. They usually have such upbeat music, and yours is so calm and peaceful, and just like sit under a tree and watch the Wooloo wander around and roll around on the hills and stuff all day, and oh my god. Can we have a Pokemon walking simulator? Game Freak, give us a Pokemon walking simulator. Just saying. Alright, you see Wooloo has made some friends. You must be Dragonite. I trust you received the Pokedex from Sonia. I'm sure you'll have it complete in no time. You must already know about Dynamaxing, right, Dragonite? Professor Magnolia has been doing some research into the Dynamax phenomenon for years and years and years. And it takes proper understanding of the thing if you plan to use Dynamax to the fullest. There you go again, Leon, always talking about Pokemon. Hey, same. There are other things that are worth knowing about too, you know. No, there are not. Wrong. Like how many different types of tea there are. Okay, fine, I'll give you that one. Hey, Professor, do us a favor, would you? Help me convince Lee that he should endorse us for the gym challenge. Oh, Leon, why wouldn't you endorse them? So what's the point of this endorsing thing anyway? Because that... Do they just want to, like, filter out the kids who, like, caught a, like, centipede on the garden wall this morning and think they can become the champion or something? I don't know, it feels kind of, putting up barriers that don't need to be there, in a sense. Anyway, let's see if the two of you can show me show me a brilliant battle that I'm left with no choice but to endorse you. Okay, so are we gonna beat each other up? Does that mean we're beating each other up? It sounds like we're beating each other up. Oh, are you healing me? Yeah, we're definitely gonna beat each other up. Okay. Prepare to meet your maker, Hap. Hop. You're gonna run off. I'm gonna raid your refrigerator. And your microwave. And your garbage can. Did some Pokemon try and open it? Alright, well I guess there's no leftovers in there. Squee. Aw. Don't put your hand in its mouth. Okay. You got quite a conservatory over here. Do what plants would want instead of what you would want. If you keep that in mind, plants will grow. I should probably fertilize mine more often. Like, mine are growing, but they're kind of scraggly. I usually only remember to fertilize them, like, once every couple months, and I have a feeling if I did that more often, they'd grow a little bit more. Anyway, this is books. I can't read about... Oh, I can read about stuff here. They look difficult to understand. Alright. A hairdryer and barrel... Okay. Fancy. Latest and trendy makeup looks. Scientific journals. You have a variety of interests, I see. Can't mess with your computer either. Sketches and photos pinned up. Yeah, books. I always kind of wanted an excuse to say this on a recording, but I've got an uncle who used to work for, I think, ATI, as in a graphics card company, as an electrical engineer, and he doesn't work there anymore, but he's still got a ton of shelves of books at his place and stuff that are like advanced video codecs and all kinds of crazy... Camera change for just a second. All kinds of crazy like computer graphics things from the mid-2000s. stuff that, like, I would Google and find a 2-paragraph post on Stack Overflow about, and he's got a 400-page volume, several 400-page volumes about, because, I mean, they're the ones making the stuff, which, he's fun. It's nice to have relatives who know how to talk about computers, because I could always use more of those. Anyway, what did I find? I found something in the flower pot. I also found a TM, didn't I? I didn't see what TM I picked up. What TM did I pick up? Bag. Got a couple new items. That's a fresh water. That might have been what I picked up in the flower pot, which makes sense. Payback. Okay. Steve can learn payback. If the user moves out to the target, its power will be doubled, and I have a feeling Steve will be doing a lot of moving after the target, so I will learn it. Copycat. Ordinarily, I would say no, but maybe? I'm gonna get rid of Growl and Defense Curl amount to the same thing. I'm gonna get rid of one of them. I forgot Growl, and I learned Payback. Okay. That's cool. I feel like, and I don't know offhand where things like Payback are obtained in every single Pokemon game ever, but I feel like there's been a couple games where you get that pretty early. Oh wait, I've got a battle. Where are you? Oh, you're out here. Alright. For some reason I thought we were gonna fight in the kitchen or something. Anyway. You're gonna be the greatest Pokemon trainer there is. Not if I have anything to say about it. Okay. What's that on your walking stick? That looks like a Chocobo. You have a Chocobo walking stick. That doesn't look like a Pokemon. Unless there's a Chocobo Pokemon now.
Hey.
Alright. So it's battle time. And we're going to be fighting Hop. And the sound effects, I'm hearing the sound effects delayed by about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, because I'm listening to the game audio through my computer. And there's about that much latency with the Elgato capture card. So, for the most part, the music and stuff sounds fine. But sound effects like when he claps his hands at the beginning of battle right there. And it's going to be Wooloo versus Wooloo here. Steve is going first. It was just off enough that it, like... there was just enough delay that it like, made me notice and made me think it was weird. I'm doing a lot of damage to this Wooloo all of a sudden. Why can't I do this much damage to other things? I guess I got a level since my last battle. That might have helped. The Spacious Present comes to mind. Which, for those of you who don't know, is more or less how your brain handles the fact that it takes time from sound to travel from one point to another. And if you hear someone like clap their hands at the other side of the room, there will be a tiny delay, but your brain doesn't notice because it puts them together. It's quite cool. Brains are cool. Grookey is up next. As much as I want to fight with Steve, the Wooloo, I think it will be more efficient to do things with Wrigley. Type advantages and whatnot. Okay. I'm not gonna make a habit out of checking the info all the time, but okay, so... I don't know the extent of what the opponent's info screen in Gen 7 was, but it appears that that is there to inform me, like, what stat buffs you have. Okay. And there's also the moves, I suppose, once you reveal moves. They'd be in the slots on the side. I'll check back at that after this turn if you're still alive, which you are. Okay, so you're going to interject. I have learned my type matchups. Our green power just keeps getting stronger. That sounds like a comic book. You're gonna use Branch Poke. That's the least intimidating move name I could imagine. Branch Poke. Wonderful. Okay, so if my earlier theory from a second ago was true, there should be Branch Poke on the side over there, but there's not, so I don't know what that's for. Alright. Ooh, split screen, fancy. We're going to use Ember. And it's, the Grookey's gonna go down. Very nice. Gained experience. And is that it? Do you have another Pokemon? You have one of those birds, the Rookery Pokemon. Whatever it was. Okay. When given the choice, Steve. I want to have a Wooloo on screen as much as possible for as many pixels as possible. So when given the choice, I'm going to have Steve battling. Imagine going back and telling, like, 12-year-old me that in another 12 years... I'm going to use payback first, so it's not going to really be that effective. That in another 12 years, I'm going to be just obtaining this much joy from watching a cute little sheep beat up a bird. Good lord. So, when I played Pokemon Sun, I remember having fun. And I know I've said this before, but when I think back on it now, I can't remember that much about it. It really just didn't leave that much of an impression on me. I'm less than 2 hours into this game. I'm an hour and 48 minutes into this game. And I already know that I'm going to be thinking about this for a long time after I finish playing it. And... wow. Y'all can complain about whatever song and dance there was over the summer with Dexit and it all started to blend together after a certain point, but if anyone didn't buy this game because they're mad about this, that, and the other thing, I'm sorry, this is your loss. I don't care. The only one you're hurting by boycotting this game is yourself, because this is... every part of this is great. Alright. There are no, like, absurdly long 20-minute cutscenes or anything the way there were in Gen 7. The resolution of the textures, I don't know what I just said yes to, but the resolution of the textures on the walls and trees and grass and stuff isn't the highest, but it looks like it belongs together. It doesn't look like there's a super high fidelity character model and you're walking around on mud. Okay, well, it's supposed to be mud, but it doesn't look like mud is in, like, low resolution textures or anything like that. It doesn't look bad. That's a wishing star. Did that just fall out of the sky? Is that a Deoxys? I know Deoxys has a habit of falling out of the sky. Alright, whatever. I was not reading a word of that conversation because I was busy complimenting this game. Also, I wasn't the biggest fan of the music in Sun and Moon, in Gen 7. It was a little too electronic for my tastes. The music so far reminds me a lot more of Gen 6 Kalos. It's simpler, it's a little more old-timey, for lack of better words. I don't even know if that is the better word, but it sounds more instrumental than electronic, and I do like myself some instrumental music. Sonia, you just appeared out of nowhere. Hey, you lot, why not have some dinner? You must be hungry, right? Shut up! I want to eat lunch, but I want to keep playing Pokemon. Was that the healing jingle played on, like, a church organ? Or something? Alright, anyway. It's time for the adventure to truly start, I'll say. Good morning to you, young challengers. Hop, is it true that you really met some Pokemon you didn't recognize? Is there anything more you can tell us about it? Well, there was weird heavy fog, and then this even weirder Pokemon appeared. Dragonite tried to fight it off, but I think we both passed out or something. It's all pretty hazy. Yeah, you bet it was hazy. Alright, a right font of information you are. Dragonite, Hop, these are for you. What's that cane supposed to be? Alright, is that the Max bracelet thing? Dynamax Band. A wishing star has been affixed to it. It lets out a light that allows Pokemon to Dynamax when at a power spot. Okay. Like I said before, it's not all sunshine and roses. I have my reservations about the Max mechanics. Obviously I haven't actually gotten to use it yet, so that could turn around once I actually get to use it, but it's not one of the more anticipated things about this game that I've been looking forward to. Let's see. I'll beat you to the station. You go and do that. So that's your thing. What's the Y button? Y-com. It offers many ways to connect with other players. You're welcome to swap Pokemon, take part in battles, and more. There's never a shortage of things to do. This is multiplayer stuff. When stamps arrive in YCOM, while you're on your adventure, it means that other trainers are around and looking for someone to connect with. Press the Y button to see who's around. Normally, you can use YCOM to connect with people close by, but if you press the plus button and connect to the internet, you'll be able to connect with people around the world. Select a stamp that shows the silhouette of the Pokemon on it, and you'll be able to team up with your fellow trainers and battle Pokemon. Okay. So this is the multiplayer stuff. Multiplayer was... It actually wasn't bad, thinking back to it in Gen 6. There was that one screen on the bottom screen where you could use the multiplayer menu. In Gen 7, it was a complete mess because there was that... I don't even know what it was in Gen 7. I used it like twice, and I just had no desire to do it. It's like when a user interface of a computer software attempts to take the metaphor of like the desktop, the literal desktop, too far. It felt like it was trying to gamify something that really just needed a menu or two. Anyway, I'm sure to catch their attention. Is that something that you can do with these overworld things? If you're a bit rubbish at whistling, just remember this. Need a fail-proof trick, press the left stick. Oh, if I press the left stick into the Joy-Con. Wedgehurst Station. Okay, so I've got to go back there and take the train. Let's see. So you're gonna pop out. That made you frantic. What did that do, though? I might check the game's manual for that. That's a Rookidee. Alright, well, I don't want to fight a Rookidee. Alright, so we're gonna go back to town. Can I run back to town without having to, run through the tall grass, or am I gonna have to go through the tall grass again? I can't remember. Hi. Okay, so you can spawn outside of the tall grass as well. I wasn't sure if you were an NPC Pokemon or something, if you were owned by someone. But, okay. Interesting. I'm wondering what consequences that's going to have later on down the line. And I am going to have to run through the tall grass. I'm trying to think what whistling might involve mechanically, but it's, nothing's coming to mind. I'll check the game's manual later on. Let's see, this is Wedgehurst. That's a Sparkly. That's a Revive, okay. So, hidden items aren't entirely hidden. Why are you waving? That one guy who was admiring the house isn't there anymore. You saw Hop go off to the station. I see... Is that a Pokeball? How do I get to that Pokeball? See, this is why I love 3D level design. More so than 2D level design, is that you can do tricks like this. If we were doing a top-down, like 3/4 view in 2D, we wouldn't be able to see anything more than, like, the square around the player. But we can look off into the distance because the camera's kind of pointing in that direction and see that there are hidden things that we can go and pick up. Let me see if I can move myself on over in that direction now. I know I'm gonna have to go through the tall grass again, but there are some things I'm willing to go through the tall grass for. It looked like it should be, like, behind here. Unless there's a sign out there. Is there another route out there? Maybe there's another route out there. By the way, the map. I have not looked at the map. I don't know what the Galar region actually looks like. It goes on. Wow. Oh, God. I don't know how quickly we're going to be progressing through this. 4 videos has opened up a little bit of space, but... Wow. Can I zoom out? Toggle weather. Okay, so there's a weather map here. That's interesting. Huh. And I can show hide the destination. Okay. Oh, no, I can't show hide it, but I can move the cursor to it anyway. Alright. Back to Wedgehurst. Okay, here we are. You'll never beat me to the station at that pace. I mean, I basically just ran up Route 2, down Route 2, and back up Route 2, because I thought I saw an item that I could get now, but... If you want to race, then have fun with that, I suppose. You're still not going to allow me into the shop. Unless you are the shop. I guess you are the shop. Are you going to open up more berries later? That's a tomato berry. There's a couple berries there that aren't just bog standard, like cherry berries and stuff. Interesting. Anyway, the station. I'm going to deposit the 2 things that I don't plan on using right now. Then again, that might not be... What's this? Whatever, later. That might not be the best way to approach Pokemon anymore. Because of the way that everything gets experienced for free. And should I change my mind, just being in my party will allow you to get stronger, even if I don't use you at all. So with that said, maybe I'll take Meowth out of the PC? I still have no plans currently to use it, the Meowth, but, you never know. The station's over here, right? That's the station. How many did you catch? I caught a really special one, and you got... Not one? Wait. TM40 Swift. Okay, I don't like Swift, but it's a move that I can have if someone really decides they want to play with evasion or something. It's a technical machine. New moves in a flash. Okay. Sure. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. I've only been recording for 22 minutes. I don't want these videos to go on as long as I have let them in the past. I'm not a fan of long videos. When I'm watching them, I find it easier to sit down and watch a 18-minute video than a 38-minute video, so I tend to favor that kind of duration. At least when I'm aware of it, when I have the recording clock up in front of me. So, where's a nice place to end it off? I'm gonna end it in front of a Wooloo. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Sword. I hope you all enjoyed that. In the next part, we're catching a train. And I will see you all later.